Let's see. Should be any time now. I think we are live. Yes, perfect. Hello, guys. It's been a while. It's been a few weeks. Welcome again to our favorite time, the AMA time, with Denis Creighton. And today we're going to be having another guest. He'll be coming on a little bit into the AMA. He's called Jamie Helly, and he'll be joining us later on. So, Denis, hello. How are you? How's
I'm
it
good,
going?
Caspar. How are you? It's great to hear from you again.
Likewise. I'm all good, thank you. I'm all good.
That's good.
Perfect. Is there anything you would like to say before we start?
Yeah, actually, there is. I think we're all very engrossed in what's going on with IMPT at the moment, but I think we should just take a little bit of time out to think of our friends. And I know there's a number on the community that are from Turkey and Syria that have been impacted by that terrible event at the weekend, and every day is a challenge over there at the moment. So wish everybody the very best in the rebuilding of their cities and country and getting back to where they were.
Definitely. Showing all my love as well to all the people out there. Cool. So I have compiled 11 questions from the community. We went on Telegram and on Discord, and yeah, we'll get it started, and then we'll get Jamie to comment later on. So let's get it. Question number one. Will we have a roadmap of the marketing company to show us the exact plan of bringing IMPT to the masses?
Yeah, so we're close to agreeing a 12-month calendar of events. Most of it I'll be able to share, especially some of the speaking events that we're going to be at. But there are certain things then that we won't be able to share because there'll be like guerrilla marketing tactics and some surprise announcements that the community know that I love to do. So the short answer is yes, but limited.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you've been very active in the Telegram, so everyone's super excited whenever they see Dennis. I'm like, oh, Dennis is in the chat. Dennis is typing. So
Look, I think it's good to recognize everybody's giving their time as well. So
exactly.
it's we've got some really good people there and some great questions and challenging moments. But yeah, it's good.
Definitely. So number two, we got as a non-specialist. It will be challenging to decide which project to support by buying carbon credits and which not. Will there be a ranking display on the carbon credit shopping platform that shows whether it is a 1-star project or a 5-star project? We're just curious if you could give us more information on that.
Yeah, so because of the way we're sourcing our carbon credits, they will all very clearly define exactly what the projects are and what they're doing. So we're leaving it up to each individual to actually decide which project they want to engage in. It doesn't really work in a scoring mechanism like 1 to 5-star. There's a number of different methods that are used. One of them, which is dictated by the UN, which is it's called SIG, and that's 17 different points that have to be actually adhered to so that the carbon credits are worthy to be actually available to us. So you can take it that all of our all of our contracts in relation to this are going to be ethically sourced carbon credits so that people can go in and pick the projects that they want to contribute to.
Okay, amazing. I think that makes it very clear. So, question number three, just jumping on to the next question. The UN has recognized many environmental projects to offset CO2 emissions. Some of these may be classified as critical. The community, therefore, needs a way to exchange information about individual projects. My question is, will the carbon credit shop have a corresponding community function, or will there be a link to one of the carbon credit shop?
Okay, so our plan at the moment, Casper, is that we will use the existing community methods, so Telegram and Discord, as a way of keeping that open conversation going where we can post up a lot more information. Yeah. But if a requirement develops as we actually progress into our various use cases, that there needs to be some type of a private community, we can look at that. But at the moment, I like the way we're working together with the actual communities and with the opportunity then on the socials to drive that further.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like both on Telegram and on Discord, we have two different communities. And I think putting these communities together, it just creates more unity
Yeah.
inside the project. So whoever is watching this, every single thing that Dennis is working on with the team is shared on Discord and also on Telegram. So you can expect all the updates there. So question number four, the best business concept will only be successful if it's widely publicized. A question about the future marketing concept. Will the which agency will be entrusted with that task? When will the agency start working, and what marketing efforts are planned?
Okay. Well, at the end of this AMA, or at the end of my piece of asking the questions, we'll introduce you to Jamie Helly, which is the vice chairman and founder of Dynamo, a branding agency. So we'll go through that element of that. And, I've kept the community aware over the last couple of weeks that is going to be ready and live for our use case one, which is the 15th, which is next week.
The 6 days.
Yep, there you go. And also then the announcement last weekend that we've appointed Waxman PR, the global blockchain specialist company. They're already working through the plan for that as well. So it's basically it'll be down to Waxman to drive an awful lot of the content out there and the right channels and the right kind of media and the right events. So they will work with us in that. But in relation to the branding and the extension of the branding into our various use cases, that will be through Dynamo. So
Okay.
we're working with two world-class leading organizations to make that happen.
Amazing. And yeah, like Dennis said, Jamie will be joining us in a few minutes. So question number five, will the price of carbon credits dynamically update based on the IMPT token price? For example, let's say a particular carbon credit is initially listed for 500 IMPT. When IMPT is worth 2 cents, this price, if the price of IMPT then rises to 5 cents, will the credit still be listed as 500 IMPT tokens, or will it dynamically update to 200 IMPT tokens?
Great question. It'll dynamically update so that you're able to see as soon as you actually get your allocation exactly what that was.
Perfect. Question number six. We are currently only speaking about voluntary carbon credits. Can IMPT participate in the mandatory carbon credit market?
Yeah, I mean, again, just down to where we source our carbon credits from. So, there are various different types. So, yes, we started out, excuse me, we've started out very clearly, say, on the voluntary side, but that will move in time. There's not a requirement there at the moment in the model that we've deployed, but
Okay.
everything is always open for making a really valuable contribution to changing things in the planet.
Amazing. Thank you so much for answering that. So, question number four. Before the Fallow deal announcement, my take was that Fallow delivers. What Fallow delivers is part of IMPT. How come you went with Fallow, and what is the reasons behind that?
Yeah, another good question. I mean, basically, the reason that we went with Tala, we were out for quite a number of months looking at the optimum solutions for the sourcing of carbon credits. And we came across Talo. It's an ideal segue into exactly what it is we're looking to do. It's blockchain based, so the integration, for us was quite straightforward and easy. Now, they won't be our only supplier, but their technology was exactly what we wanted, and it actually sets us up to be able to do things a little bit quicker than planned before.
Okay, amazing. And honestly, the next question kind of also links into that. So while I understand the general advantages of this partner setup, why choose such a very early stage project, and how does it affect timing? Are there any risks for IMPT? And people are curious if you could give us more information.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we as I said, we went through quite a lengthy process to pick the right partner. We've got no concerns in relation to any risk or any exposure. But the most important thing here is we have the ability to source carbon credits for quite a number of different suppliers all over the world. And as part of our integration process, we've learned quite a lot as to how we can optimize it. But one of the key factors was their ability to help us on the quick integration and the fact that they're blockchain based already.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That's perfect. So question number 9, how many users have pre-registered to the affiliate shopping platform so far? And how many users do you forecast in the next upcoming 6 months, 1 year, 3 years?
Okay, good question. But the current registration, right, it runs into thousands already. But that was more to register to get an early opportunity to see use case 1. It wasn't actually registering for the shopping platform. So I think there might be a slight bit of confusion there. And it's just we just know it's going to grow thousands and thousands and thousands. And when we get to our use case 2 and we're getting into registration then for the retail side of it, it's really a difficult one to answer. You know, we've got kind of some minimum figures that we expect, but that could be completely blown out of the water with some good marketing and promotion.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's really going to be down to how people engage with us and how the brands engage as well to drive this as quick as possible.
Definitely. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
So this is the actual final question of this AMA before Jamie comes on. Question number 10. We have another question, please. Dennis said that some institutional investors are interested. Could we have more information? Are they going to invest directly into the market or outside of the market? How exactly, where, when? Thank you.
Well, I think the person who asked that question already probably knows the answer. I mean, the confidentiality of those conversations is not something that we could go public with. But when we're in a position to do so, we will. There's quite a lot of interest in what IMPT is about. There's also a lot of interest in the whole space of ESG. What the investor community likes about us is the fact that we've linked the retail element of it, and also that at use case 1, that puts you in a position where actually you'll be able to use IMPT tokens and get carbon credits that you can retire straight away. So that, you know, we're delivering on what we have in our white paper. We've stayed very focused on the business community to make sure that we drive that knowledge out there and get where we need to be. And you know, when we're in a position that we can release something, we always release. I mean, I think the community knows that. I often update the community before even some of our own team get to know what's happening.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, that was the AMA questions. This is the next part of the show.
So this is an exciting piece. For me, I'm delighted to have a company like Dynamo working with us on the rebranding. I know Jamie, and I've worked with Jamie over a number of rebranding exercises over the last number of years. The whole reason, I suppose, of taking us to the next level is, you know, as we get into our use cases, and you know, use case 1 is happening, as I said, next week. Use case 2 will be happening in the 2nd of April. We want to be able to pivot the brand to being more focused on retail, because that's what's going to drive the shopping, the number of tokens that get generated through the shopping, and then the number of carbon credits that actually get purchased as a result of that shopping. So we have to move away from what is your kind of environmental ESG type look and feel into what is more of a retail brand, but also still be sympathetic to the history of what IMPT is. So let's hand that over to the experts. And Jamie will explain exactly, and this, guys, is the first opportunity for anyone to get a look and feel of what the brand will look like. And I know that even some of our own team haven't got to see this yet. So hi, Jamie.
Hello, Jamie. How are you?
Hi, guys. How's it going?
Yeah, great. Having a very nice conversation here with Dennis, and we brought you up to the board to share more information and to speak about whatever you'd like to speak about.
Great. Okay. Well, listen, it's great to be here. Really privileged to be here. And Dennis, thanks for the great introduction. Just by way of a tiny little bit of context, I'm chairman of a branding design agency. We would have a range of global clients in food and drinks and in banking and airlines and so on. Some of our most notable sort of successes, I think, have been sort of helping being part of the team that brought White Claw to the world. I think it's the world's fastest selling alcohol launch ever. It's now in 18 countries. Along with, we work for pillar banks and we've airlines, and we're very much kind of a brand agency that's about, although our clients are corporate based, we're about sort of human at the heart. So our job that we see it is really is helping clients and brands and people discover what it is that makes them brilliant, and help to define that, and then more importantly, communicate that to an audience and help people engage with the brand. So we're about really sort of kind of taking the rational, beginning to kind of build a structure and simplicity around that in a way that appeals and understands to people. So that's our kind of, we're the sort of middlemen, if you like, in terms of the whole sphere of the marketing world. So yeah, I would have to say every day is a fun day at the office, and after 30 years, I still really, really enjoy this crazy job I have. Part of what we're showing you today, I would have to say, I'm only one part of a big team who are hard at work at the moment. As Denis will attest to, we have people, developers in Romania, we've developed in Portugal, we've designers in London, in Tenerife, working on the launch of the brand next week to go along with use case 1. So Denis has said, why don't we just share this with the community? And I think it's a great idea. So the paint is still wet, literally, on this work. So, you know, it'll probably have changed by the time I've finished this presentation. But no, I'm very happy to share it, because I think what part of the major success of it has been is when Denis and I have worked together in the past many times, you know, when Denis was in another life heading up a significant global fintech business. And we also share a love of fast motorcycles and being reckless on racetracks. So we've a lot in common. So when Denis calls, I always pick up the phone. When he told me about the proposition and what IMPT was able to do and what this platform could actually deliver, I kind of thought, wow, really? Could you do something like this? And immediately we started back and forth about what this could be in terms of the kind of the end consumer proposition. And we sort of thought about, like, you know, this could be the sort of Spotify for carbon credits. It could democratize the ability of people to be able to make a difference in a way that they could do simply in their everyday lives. And I thought, this just blew me away, absolutely blew me away. And obviously there's a huge amount of tech and language that I don't understand, but what I do understand is the end benefit to the consumer. And that's where we've come into play. And as Denis said, is to pivot from the sort of business to business space, which is absolutely important and rigorous, but then turning it in to the consumer and being able to explain this in the most simple but engaging way that people will glance at it and understand and get it and want to get into the thick of it. So that's what we do in a nutshell. So yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your introduction. You sound like a busy man. But I'm sure that you have a presentation for us, right?
Okay, I do. I'm just going to share my screen. And will just take me 1 second to do this. Okay, don't want to share my entire screen, so bear with me 1 second.
Yeah, no worries.
Just the entire screen. So then I'm going to just switch on to
add this to the screen,
and hopefully. Sorry about this. 1 second.
It's all right.
He's
a branding guy, not a tech guy. It's all right.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to just do one thing before I pull it up. I'm just going to make sure if for some reason it's crashed. So here we go.
No worries at all.
Okay. Yeah, it sort of had just shut down. So okay. And
so what kind of motorcycles, guys? I'm curious about that.
Good question. Denis will have to answer that.
Well, me, I'm a Ducati man, so I've the Panigale V4S with a full World Superbike remap on it, and it's just an awesome 218 brake horsepower lunatic. And I have a 999R Ducati race bike as well.
So I guess that's how you relax right after your busy week.
Yeah.
And Jamie's a BMW 1000 RR. He's got an R6, and he's also got an Aprilia.
Amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah. So we're just too, so it's too much fun to not smile while you're doing it. I recommend it to anybody who hasn't yet experienced motorcycling, but it is the gift that keeps giving.
Yeah.
Anyway, on with the show. So I can now only see my screen, and you can see me. So I'll do my best as I'm talking into a monitor. So look, as I was saying, we've been working with Denis on helping to shape the IMPT brand world, if you like. So one of the first things we needed to do is kind of get to an elevator pitch, which is sort of a consumer-driven or retail proposition, if you like. So it's taking all of the elements and of what the core of what the offering is, and distilling it down. And I'm just going to read to you what is where we've ended up as our final elevator pitch, which is our explainer to our future consumers. The consequences of global warming represents a very real and present danger to the survival of our fragile environment. Ever-increasing global emissions of carbon dioxide are ultimately leading to a rise in the planet's temperature, putting every species on Earth at risk. As individuals, we have a responsibility to do everything we can to reduce our own carbon footprint. The problem is, where do we start? Imagine if we told you that you can earn carbon credits and help offset your carbon footprint just by using our app to shop the things you love. Our goal is to give everyone the opportunity to help support hundreds of environmental projects around the world in a simple way that doesn't require you to change your daily life. Not only that, the carbon credits you earn will have a value, so we actually reward you for doing the right thing. We call it the Good Act Pact. Shop over 20,000 of the world's favorite retailers and earn rewards with our IMPT tokens. These tokens can then be exchanged for carbon credits by a simple click on our app. We've made it simple to do the right things and get rewarded in the process. Visit impt.io and shop, earn, and offset. So that's us working hard with Denis and the team to sort of really get to the core of what makes us great and what our proposition is. So I'm now going to show you some work on the brand identity and the communications to give you all a flavor of what's coming down the tracks next week. So this is our visual identity. It's very bold, very striking. It's built fit for a digital world. So we've been building this brand all of the time, thinking about our core communication platforms, and digital obviously playing a huge role in this. But also the inspiration came from this. I have to give credit back to Denis. And it's rare that an agency would like to give credit back to their client for coming up with an idea. But when Denis told me, he summed up what the IMPT was in 4 words, and I immediately got it. And I went, that's too good not to use. So our positioning line, or our tagline, or whatever you want to call it, our slogan is, we are the planet's loyalty program. And I feel that this effortlessly communicates what it is we're about. It's the encouragement to people to get involved, to help make a difference, and in a way that is simple, straightforward, but it has a sensibility about it in terms of doing the right thing. And it's just beautifully concise. It's so memorable. And I thought, when Denis said it, I thought, okay, I don't know if we can do better than that. Yeah, fair play, Denis. Again, I give you full credit, although I will take the credit when you're not in the room. So there you go. Okay, so I'm going to show you then the brand world, so how the visual identity comes to life. But first of all, I also wanted to talk a bit about how we take the complex and make it simple. And this is a little bit like, I remember my brother told me years ago, it's like kind of making the complex simple. It's a bit like the drums. They look easy to play, but they're not. And this isn't easy to do in terms of getting down to the essence of what it is our offer is as IMPT to the everyday customer. So we've distilled it into 3 steps, 3 basic steps to make it effortless and memorable. So it's shop, earn, and offset. Shop the brands you love at over 20,000 of the world's favorite online stores. Earn IMP tokens, which can convert into carbon credits and help contribute meaningfully to reducing global carbon levels. And then offset. Retain and track your carbon credits, or choose to burn and convert your credits to cash at any stage. So just an effortless way in which we communicate the entire proposition of what the offer is. So as I mentioned, in terms of building a digital first brand, and what does that mean? And essentially what it means here is that we've now got here's a marketing term for it, like a communications platform, which is the planet's loyalty program. But now we have, so that's what we would call a sort of a governing idea, commanding idea. The next portion of the journey is building that, the visual identity of that in all of the digital spaces that it will live. And this is the great fun. So this is when the writers and the graphic designers and the ad guys really kind of go to town and have fun with this, because we've got a great, really, really bold proposition, a bold, big idea, positioning line, and so on. So this is just a little insight into how the retail side is being looking and is being built at the moment. So as I said, this is hot off the press. So this is the landing page, which then we're also going to be utilizing rich video to help tell the stories. The site itself is very much optimized for the mobile environment as well. And we've created a sort of what we would call a brand look and feel that's inviting, that reflects our values and our proposition, but also is friendly and feels you want your brands to be, everybody wants their brands to say something about themselves and be proud to be a part of it. And this is what we're trying to do with IMPT, is just really reflect those values. Those brand values. So this is on the website. One of the things that we're very quick to show in terms of the navigation is what I call the burden of truth, which is behind the proposition, so that the absolute testimony that these are the live projects that are taking place with which validate your carbon credits. So as you can see, this is the second item on the navigation, where you can go in and investigate for yourself the specific projects that are taking place. And this is just a sample look and feel, but these are actual projects that are taking place at the moment that IMPT will be partnering on. So that's kind of the purpose. The product is then also so important, because ultimately what we're asking people to do is change their shopping behavior. And in order to do that, we have to sell like retail marketers. So this is a way in which on the site, we're going to be able to partner with our affiliates and really utilize the best in class of their marketing collateral and bring it to the fore. And we're going to really feature all of our amazing affiliate brand names within the site. So immediately you can see and get the flavor for it. This is a proper big platform that enables me to shop the world. So it's so important that we're able to completely properly leverage our affiliate brands and bring their marketing hero messages to the fore. Obviously, this is we need to do business on this site as well. So there's going to be links to both clear links to both the platform and also to the token exchanges. But again, there's a simplicity here, and those of you guys who have an affinity or who are UX UI designers understand that actually making the customer journey simple is not easy, but it's very rewarding when it actually pays off. So as I say, this is how the brand will be coming to life. And then the next piece of the puzzle as well is the consumer first communications. So what are we saying and how are we saying this to our audiences? And what we're focusing here is developing concepts that really articulate that your shopping behavior can make a difference. So what we're trying to do is encapsulate the seduction of shopping, because we all love to shop and we all love stuff, with the concept of doing something good and doing something better. So the idea, it's a win-win scenario from a communications point of view. So, you know, turning your shiny sneakers into solar energy. So contribute to global climate change in a meaningful way while earning personal carbon credits every time you shop online at over 220,000 of the world's favorite online retailers. And then again, our call to action is very, very clear. It's shop, earn, offset. You know, so we're absolutely being highly direct in our communications. There's no, it's not like an onion. There's no multiple layers to this. It's a very honest, very straightforward, non-jargon tone of voice that is basically telling you everything you need to know in 2 or 3 paragraphs, or everything you need to know to want to know more. So, and then obviously, you know, all of that combines and we build that into, you know, a beautiful brand world, which is, as we say, is still, the paint is still drying. It's all still work in progress. But yeah, so that's where we've gotten to so far. So that's a little sneak preview.
That looks amazing. That looks amazing. I'm just looking at the comments as well. Everyone is so excited for this. Oh my God. Thank you so much for this, Jamie.
Thank you. Well, you know, you can see why we love our job.
Yeah, you can see, guys, why I love working with Jamie and his team. They simplify, there's a passion, there's a belief. They absolutely, every one of them love IMPT as a brand and what it's doing. And they will help us really get the reach internationally on what this brand really deserves. So, yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing to see this go live. And like what we go with next week will be only the first cut, because you know, there's going to be so many layers of development of this as we go through our use cases and we add more value to it. So yeah, I mean, it's just, for me, so rewarding to see it all come to life. You know, everything that we've been doing to date has been very much like a startup, very entrepreneurial, working 60, 70 hours a week, crazy pace to get it to this space. And now it's like your baby's born. We're getting ready next week to get out there. So
yeah.
Huge thanks to Jamie and the team. They've been working the last couple of weekends and they'll be working this weekend as well. But you can see it's going to be worth it all.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, that's amazing. You guys are taking it to the next level. I think, I think we can end the AMA on here. I just wanted to say a massive thank you to you guys for coming here for this AMA. And is there anything else that you would like to share with the community? Anything to add to the end?
There is. I mean, I think the community now knows my way of working is always trying to sneak something in now and again. That's a little bit of a news flash, a little bit of a tease or whatever, but I can announce today at the end of this that hopefully within the next 4 weeks, but certainly well before use case 2, we will be introducing staking on our platform.
Amazing. You guys heard it. There's a lot of information today. So amazing. This AMA will be able to be rewatched. So if you missed this AMA, you can also rewatch it on the IMPT YouTube. And yeah, I just want to say a massive thank you again to Denis and Jamie. You guys have something crazy going on. And yeah, we are very excited to see what's happening next. So thank you again, guys. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Thanks to everybody, and thanks again, Casper, for being the great moderator that you are. Cheers, man.
Cheers. Thank you so much. Cheers, guys.